got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Hey Tony, drop that. What, please?
I bet. Dr. Dre in the place to be. Co-rockin' shit with my homeboy Steve. After Roadium, getting stupid tough. Yo, don't think that you can get none of Dre. The motherfucking doctor, the bitch hopper, the sucker motherfucking stopper. I'm fucked up, so don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just kicking it with Steve, Tony, A, and Susan. Yo, we be choosing dope shit to put in a mix. Know what I'm saying? We kick shit like and that's a fact. And if your shit ain't in a mix, you know it's whack. And that ain't no bullshit. I'm kicking facts on a serious tip. Word up, Dr. Dre's in full effect doing serious damage, boy.
Tony A! Tony A! When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 121. Can you believe that? 121. And I only thought I was only going to be here for like 20 episodes. But you know what? Thanks to you guys that have made this possible. Those of you that have liked, commented, subscribed, donated. It's been a blessing. So thank you guys. I hope and I pray that you guys had a blessed Christmas. I know I did. As a matter of fact, Johnny Boy gave me a present today. And I told him it was the only gift that I got this year. It's just the way it is, and he blessed me, so I was thankful for that. But other than that, just a few minor announcements. Those of you that want to buy an ad, go to DOCUMIXERY/ads, and you could buy 1 minute ads to promote your record, your business, your merch, whatever you want. You can buy an ad. You could buy one ad just for one episode. You could buy up to 2 weeks. That's 4 episodes. Or you could buy up to 1 month, which is 8 episodes. And that will help you promote your business, your merch, whatever, your album, whatever you're trying to push. And we play them during our 10-minute breaks. Now, somebody may ask, once again, why would I want to buy an ad? Well, because we get about 500,000 views every month on our page. So, and we average about 10K per episode. So at least 10,000 people are going to see your ad. So that's a good deal. Other than that, go to DOCUMIXERY.com. If you guys still like to buy hard copies, the mixtapes, the High C Tony album that I produced that was released in 1991. So you guys can buy that as well. Other than that, we'll get to all the other announcements if I remember on the breaks. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce my very first special guest, Phalasee.
Woo! What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. Muchas gracias.
Well, thank you for coming and joining us and giving me the honor and the pleasure to interview you.
Thank you.
First and foremost, let me thank Erica.
Yes, shout out, girl.
Yes.
Muchas gracias for, always supporting me, showing me love, putting me on. Really, really much appreciated.
Well, thank you, Erica, and thank you as well. You know what? Let me ask you something. I know it's Sunday. I love watching football, but let's go back a little bit to Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was amazing. I worked through the holidays. Mm-hmm. We are essential workers over at Dr. Green Thumb Silmar. Shout out to Dr. Green Thumb, Be Real, and all the bosses out there. So we worked through it. We got out early, went out with to my mom's house, popped that 1942. Hicimos ponche. I'm not sure if you
yes.
Ponche, tamales. My mom's Guatemalan, so she made banana leaf tamales. Have you ever had that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so she wraps the tamal in banana leaf. There's either chicken or pork. It was amazing. My dad's Mexican, so I had Mexican tamales as well.
Awesome.
It was beautiful. Something small. Unfortunately, I come from a really big family.
Yes.
This year we couldn't celebrate with the whole family. It was just a couple of us. But you have to stay safe. You have to think of others and keep everybody else in consideration. Absolutely. When you're partying and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. But it was beautiful. I had fun, and you mentioned you didn't get too many gifts, and it wasn't about gifts. I think this year it was about family. It was about love and sharing that experience.
That's a good thing. Now I'm going to twist your arm a little bit and ask you something. Guatemalan tamales or Mexican tamales?
Ooh.
If you had to choose.
If I had to choose, I'd have to go with Mexican tamales.
Okay.
Yeah, I like simple. Mexican tamales is just a tamal with chile verde or chile rojo and, bomb. Guatemalan tamales, they have a ciruela in there. They had a little a red pepper strand. It's just a lot of flavor, and to some it might not be what they want. And me, I like them once in a while. Once in a while, Guatemalan tamales, Mexican tamales, bring them every Saturday. Let's go.
Are you a menudo pozole person as well?
Oh yes, I love menudo and pozole. But actually, I just stopped eating red meat maybe this year.
Okay.
So anything chicken pozole, chicken menudo. I don't do pork. I don't do beef, red meat. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to change my eating habits like 3 years ago, but I started cheating again. You got to have them cheat days. Now, let me ask you another question. If you had to choose, because this was a question that I threw out there on Instagram, pozole or menudo, if you had to choose?
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go with pozole. I mean,
Pozole too.
maybe a year ago I would have said menudo all day, every day, even after, cuando estoy cruda y todo. But today it has to be pozole because I can mix some pollo in there and not miss it too much, not miss the menudo too much.
Are you a great cook?
I like cooking. I don't cook too much. So maybe not.
Well, the only thing I cook is some cup of noodles, but that's about it. But I'm not a cook at all. But I love Mexican food. My favorite dish, un plato de chile verde con arroz y frijoles.
Yummy.
That's my shiznit.
I had to change the eating habits for sure. I think the meat was just too heavy on my body. It made me too groggy, and I just saw a big difference. So, growing up Mexican and Guatemalan, like, it was just carne asada, carnitas, beef this, beef that, tacos. I had to switch it up. It definitely helped me with, like, my lifestyle. And just recently, I started to do intermediate fasting where I won't eat during the day.
Oh, okay.
I only eat after sundown. So that's, like, around 5 o'clock to, like, about 8, 9 o'clock. And I've also seen big differences. That's helped me as well.
Yeah. It was about 3.5 years ago when I really took like my health really serious and I started working out. One of the things that I had to do for myself to actually live longer and feel better is, believe it or not, I had to change all my eating habits, like literally like overnight. And the thing that I cut out, believe it or not, was Mexican food.
Yeah.
Because arroz y frijoles y carnitas, it's amazing food, but it's not really that healthy.
Right.
So I had to change everything. I said something the other day. I said, stay away from everything that's white. And somebody looked at me kind of crazy. No white bread, no white rice, no white pasta, a lot of those things. I had to stay away from all that.
Yeah.
So, but I noticed pretty much that when I changed all my eating habits, my body literally changed when I started drinking a lot of water. Water is my best friend. I used to drink possibly like a gallon of water every single day. Now probably like half a gallon of water. But your body begins to change as you begin to work out and start to look a lot better and a lot younger.
Yeah, growing up, I don't think we have that information. I mean, not a lot of people give us that information, like my brothers and my family, my cousins, they're big men,
right?
And it's not the healthiest when you're serving them, a plato rojo de chile rojo, you know what I mean? It's not the healthiest. So we have to also pass down this information, look out for our family members, for our grandpas, our dads,
right.
Because health issues right now are spiraling out of control.
Yes. And especially with this pandemic thing is not helping at all.
Exactly.
So now let me ask you this. Today's Sunday. Again, I mentioned I'm a big football guy. By the way, everybody, my Cowboys won. I know we suck, but at least we won today. So at least give me that one. Are you a football person?
Once in a while when football, when
Super Bowl
comes around, yes, it's fun. But no, I don't have a team. My friends do love the Cowboys though.
Cowboys. Basketball.
Basketball, Lakers all day.
Lakers.
I'm from LA, born and raised, baby. Baseball. I'm a big fan of baseball. Dodgers, obviously. I grew up playing, going out on Sundays to watch my dad play. After high school, I coached.
Really?
And yeah, I coached for about 4 or 5 years, which was amazing. It definitely gave me leadership skills, character. I just, I loved everything about being around, women, to uplift them and create that, environment for them.
Absolutely. Now, How amazing was it that this year we got to experience the Lakers and the Dodgers?
It was beautiful. I cried, honestly. You know what I mean? I remember watching the Dodger games, just hoping for them to win with my dad next to me. You know, it's something that we shared together. Unfortunately, this year we couldn't be together when they won, just because, you know, it's been hard. I work literally 24/7. And, you know, I see over 500 people a day, and being in the pandemic, I have to remember that I have to keep them safe. So a lot of the things that I've missed out on a lot of things this year, but it was amazing because we won, and I've been waiting for a win for the past 10-15 years. So and since I started watching. And
the last couple of years, we were like right there, and we lost them.
And you know what? Actually, I went down to the game two games before they won. Game before they won. I was just hoping they won when I was there, but they didn't. But I was there, and I got to experience, you know, everybody's energy, everybody's, you know, willing of like, okay, we're gonna take it, we're gonna win. It was just amazing. I'm a big Dodger fan, so that was a big W for us.
I had gotten so emotional when the Dodgers won that I made a video. I think it's still up on my Instagram. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Dodgers and Lakers, bitch. Like, because I'm a big sports guy. I love it.
And we're not gonna get a parade. You know, that's the first thing I thought about. Like, you know what I mean? Just conviviendo and being around all this energy of other people that love the same thing that you love, you know? Because I remember the last time Lakers won, and I was there. I was at the parade. It was beautiful. So now that the Dodgers won, and we're like, oh, well, we don't get a parade. We can't celebrate like all these other cities celebrated, you know?
Yeah. Okay, now for the people that may not know, where originally are you from? Like, where did you grow up at?
I grew up in South Central LA in the Crenshaw district. Shout out Nipsey. So I'm born and raised out there, South LA, baby.
What elementary, middle school, or high school did you attend?
So I went to Virginia Road High School, kind of more West LA, and then for middle school, I traveled like an hour away just because my mom wanted me to go to a better school than what I had in the hood, you know. And then high school, I went to Dorsey High. Shout out to all my Dons and Donnas, Dorsey High School. I've always had a beautiful life. I feel like when you just accept everything that's given to you without, you know, oh, but I want this, or it should have been this way, you know, there's no way to complain. So, you know, I now accept everything, you know, even what I couldn't accept before, now I take it, and it's like it's made me, you know, I'm glad, you know, that I was exposed to all these other experiences. Yeah,
that's dope. Growing up, you play any sports?
I did. I played softball. I played soccer, a little bit of volleyball, but mostly softball and soccer.
Which one would you better at? Would you say?
I think softball. I was first base. I did short. I did catcher. Yeah. So,
okay. Okay. You come from a big family as far as a lot of brothers and sisters?
Big family, yes.
Okay. I come from one of 10 kids.
Wow, bigger family.
Big family. Now, and it's funny because my mother had like over 30 grandchildren.
Wow.
And that's not even including the great grandchildren, you know. But now, growing up in a Guatemalan Mexican home, it's an interesting question. As a little girl, what kind of music did you grow up with listening at home?
I grew up with norteñas, mariachi, everything Mexican. I mean, my mom kind of got with my dad and just was like, I'm gonna please him, his Mexican food, his Mexican culture, his tradition. Obviously she did kind of give us a little bit of the Guatemalan tradition and culture, and I've been there. I love it. You know, I know my Guatemalan family, but it's always just been, you know, my dad's culture, my dad's traditions, you know, Mexican de Durango. Shout out to everybody from Durango.
All good. Okay. Now, see if you can remember your first memory of listening to hip hop for the first time. I always give mine. Mine has always been Rapper's Delight, and I heard that when I was in 6th grade. So, how old were you, if you can remember? What was some of the first music you heard?
I was probably around, I'm going to say 12, 13 years old. And I remember walking into my brother's room. And, you know, my brother, old school gangster, aquí, working out, doing his push-ups in his room. He was bumping Tupac.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was bumping Tupac. And that's the first I can remember.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you something, and I usually like to ask my guests this question because everybody's different, and sometimes some people surprise me, some people don't. Your top 5, if you had to choose, even if you don't remember the names of the albums, but you remember the artist, your top 5 West Coast classic albums.
Okay, classic albums. I probably do artists, but I mean top 5. It has to be Eminem. I love Eminem. Not in any order. Eminem, Evidence from Dilated People. I love Evidence. Of course, Ice Cube. That's probably top 3. I love Ice Cube.
Okay.
Dr. Dre.
Okay.
And then I have one more, right? I have to
Yes.
be selective. Let me see.
It's hard because there's a lot.
It's
so.
a lot. I mean, anything NWA, because I grew up in the hood. I grew up gangster. I grew up with my brothers, and during my high school years, it was all about that gangster life. Definitely had to say it. Yeah, that.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, now, can you give me top 5 East Coast?
Ooh, I mean, Biggie, of course. Damn. Not big on the East Coast, because
Okay.
it's always been West Coast.
Okay,
And I
okay.
remember we had a little beef back in the day where
Yes.
it's like, okay, West Coast all day,
Okay, since you brought up Biggie, I'm a big Biggie fan as well.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, the last time I was up there in New York, I had to go to his mural and to the house where he grew up at.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it was pretty even emotional for me, though I never met the guy, but to be there on his block across the street from his house, where his mom wanted to bring him home one last time, and they drove through
Yeah.
the hood. To me, that was like, I mean, what mother wants to see that?
Right.
But I was there. But now let me ask you this. If you had to pick Tupac's All Eyes on Me album or Biggie's Life After Death, the double CD, if you had to choose, which one would you go with?
I have to go with Tupac. I cannot not go with Tupac. Come
Okay.
on, I'm from the West Coast. I have to represent. I mean, giving it all to Biggie, of course, but yeah, always Tupac.
Okay. Now, let's narrow it down. If you had to choose favorite Tupac song of all time.
Oh my God. There's too many. Dear Mama. I mean, I listen to that religiously. I love that song. We can say, what's the name of the song? The one he did with, what is the name of the song?
With Snoop?
That one. Then there's another one. There's that gangster one he did, going against Biggie. ¿Cómo se llama?
Oh, yeah.
The one where he's just talking mad shit
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the song. Yeah. That one, religiously. What's up? You got to listen to that when you wake up. Get
Yeah.
gangster.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember it. Toss It Up, or was it?
Is it Toss It Up?
I'm not sure. Who can remember it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, that one. Johnny Boy, hey, if you guys know the name of the song, put it on the live chat, okay?
Yes.
Hit him up.
Hit 'em up. That's the one.
Hit him up.
Yes.
Okay. Now, growing up, you play any instruments at all?
No instruments, no. I was in the choir in school, which was great. It was a great experience, but no instruments.
Okay. At what point in time would you say that you decided to, like, let me try and start writing some lyrics?
It was towards the end of high school. I've been a poet all my life, poetry, writing poems, and then towards, I'm going to say 10th, 11th grade, I started kind of hanging out with a group of people that did music. Like, they would rap here and there. And I just decided to one day put a beat behind it, or kind of just flow with my poetry that I had already written. I had books. And that's how it started. I was like, you know what, let me rap this on top of a beat and see if that works. And from there, it's like, okay, I can do this.
Do you remember? Because I like to ask like detailed questions. What beat that was? Was that an instrumental? Was it something you just downloaded? Was it a song that was already out?
It was probably a Jay-Z song.
Okay, so
It was probably Song Cry. I think in the beginning of starting to write and really try to perfect the lyrics, it was Song Cry by Jay-Z.
Okay. Now, are you a fan, because you mentioned Dilated Peoples, of underground hip hop?
I am a big fan. I love lyricism. I love bars. I love delivery. And some of the mainstream doesn't have all that.
No, they sure don't. You know, the sad thing is, because my boy, much love to my boy, Wiz, he was from a group, or still is from Black Forest, okay? And I've been knowing my boy Wiz for many, many years. But one thing that I always learned from him, that he did it because he loved it. See, I started producing music because I just loved it. I just wanted to release good music out there, you know. But after a while, being in the business, you realize that it's a business now.
Yeah.
Now you have to give the company what they want.
Exactly.
He always produced what he wanted, you know, and that was always the difference. So one day, I had a little meeting with him, and I told him, dude, like, because I was driving a brand new Benz and I had money because I was on a record label. And I told him, dude, I mean, those songs are dope. I said, but they're not going to make you any money. Right. And I never forgot when he said, it's not even about that. And that taught me something, that it brought me back to where in the very beginning I was doing it for no money.
Right.
I just did it because I loved it.
Right.
You know, and I think, and that's why we have to give these guys their flowers, because a lot of these underground rappers do it because they love it.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Who are some of the guys out there that are considered underground rappers that you dig, like you bump?
I mean, a lot of the old Lupe Fiasco, a lot of what's the name of that gentleman? A lot of the old Kendrick Lamar, you know, where he was just going bar for bar.
Okay.
You know, Dilated, of course.
Just amongst others. I know there's a lot.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot.
But I understand where you're coming from, where you're like, because that's something that I battle often, where it's like I make music when I want to make music. You know, when I feel like I have something to give, and sometimes it's not as consistent as it should be, but it's because I'm fighting whether it's like something that I want to do or something that I need to do for everybody that's listening. Make sense?
Right.
Where it's like putting things out just to put things out. You know what I mean? Right. Whereas for me, I'm a lyricist. I like to take my time. I like to perfect my lyrics. I like to make sure that they mean something, and, you know, just have meaningful lyrics for my projects. Yeah.
So you put together this demo, or should I say this first song, where you're rapping over this Jay-Z beat, if I'm correct. And did you record it to the point where you showed it to other people? And if you did, what was their response?
I think I didn't record, but there was this event called the Empowerment Project in Leimert Park, and it was just where they are gonna play the song and you're just gonna go up there and rap. So it wasn't even like I'm gonna record it. It was just throw myself out there and perform it in front of, you know, it was maybe 50, 60 people. I had such a great response that it just motivated me to keep going, do something different, don't stop. And I think from there, that's when it started.
Well, what motivated you or encouraged you to go up there? Because some people are like 50-50, like some people are like, hell no, I can't do that. Because I've known rappers, eventually they gotten over the hump, but have said, it's hard for me to go out there and perform because I get so nervous. Yeah. And then some people say, fuck no, I love it.
Yeah. No, I definitely have the heebie-jeebies when I perform, you know. But I think just seeing everybody else do it motivated me, and also knowing that I can probably do it better than other people, you know, where not necessarily I'm the best, but sometimes I felt like I had more to say, better to say, a more meaningful message than, you know, the regular, where it's like rapping over.
So would you say that was the first time you actually went up in front of a crowd?
I've always been a performer. I mean, in high school, I was the lead in the school play. I've always been able to hop on stage with direction.
Okay.
But in regards to music, yeah, that was the first time where I actually let people listen to what I had to say, where it was something mine and I was giving it to them. That was the first time, yeah.
Okay, so now, after that performance, what comes next for Phalasee? Do you start recording? Do you start doing demos at home? Do you meet a producer?
Yeah, I start recording. I met a producer by the name of Marv's Production out in South LA in the Crenshaw district, and he helped me do my first album that was called Love Angel. But yeah, everything happened really fast after my first like performance at the Empowerment Project, because I feel like people gravitated to me and said, "Oh my God, this girl, she sounds really good. You have a different sound, and you're rapping about, you know, great meaningful stuff." And that kind of just drove me to search and look for other people and be open to working with other people.
That's awesome.
And trusting as well. It's a big part to trust, you know, other people as well.
So now you did your first album, but before we get to that album, did you always have the name Phalasee, or did you have a different rapping name before that?
Yeah, in the beginning, I had it was a lot. I mean, I went by the name of Traviesa.
Traviesa. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't something that I wanted to promote as like an artist name. And my producer at the time, Mars Production, helped me, you know, link myself up with Phalasee. Phalasee, what does it mean? It's a misconception. Well, what are you trying to say with your lyrics? Well, you know, this life is a misconception. You know what I mean? Everything you go through might be a misconception. So I'm Phalasee, and I'm unraveling the lies of the world with my lyrics. And it was super meaningful in the beginning. So that's how it came about. We sat down outside of his house for like 4 hours just thinking of like, okay, well, how does this sound? What about this name? What about this name? And then it was just like Phalasee, and it clicked. And it was like, that's what I feel.
Wow, that's dope. Okay, so you got to get together. How many songs were on this album?
There was 14 songs.
Okay, 14 songs. About how long did it take for him to produce it? You dropped lyrics, mixing, mastering, or whatever.
We were it was so much good energy going on. We probably did it in like 6 months, less than 6 months.
And that's a good record, because I usually tell people, give me 6 months to a year if I'm gonna produce an album.
Yeah.
Today, people will put together an album in a week or two.
Yeah.
And they just release it. And then in about a week, it'll be forgotten.
Right. I believe that.
You know,
hear you.
I heard Dr. Dre in a quote not too long ago. I said maybe it was this year or last year. He said, you know, talking about music today and talking about music then. Mm-hmm. And he had said that I remember the last, before I get to his quote, which I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember word for word, but the last time that I actually spoke to him was when the Chronic album had just dropped, 1992, if I'm correct. And I asked him, you know, how long did that album take? And he said, it took me about a year. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, why did it take so long? And I asked him that because he had knocked out albums for Michelet, the DOC, Above the Law, Eazy-E, NWA, etc., all within a short timeline. And he said, well, I had to make sure that this album was a hit, not a miss.
Right.
So he took his time. And, well, he said this, he said, I made music that will last forever.
Right.
Today, a lot of people are just making music for right now.
Right.
And they'll be forgotten soon. Mm-hmm. I like to take my time and know that my album will be heard 20, 30 years from now. You know, I think it was December 14th. I believe it was the 14th. It's been 29 years that my record, and people are still buying it.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I shared with you earlier, I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I knew I took my time and I wanted to do something good. So you guys have 14 songs. Now the album dropped. Did you guys at all try to shop it at all?
Yeah, we definitely did. It was during Valentine's.
Okay.
It dropped on February 14, 2014, and we promoted it that way. We put it on Spotify, on YouTube, and it was so different from what I was used to, because when I first started rapping, it was more of hardcore underground, bars. And with this one, I wanted to show a different side, which the album was called Love Angel. It's called Love Angel, and it's all about love and different scenarios. There's a song that I talked about cheating on somebody. Mm-hmm. There's a song where it was four of us. It was a guy and a girl, and then my boyfriend and myself. Then there was a song about like my future husband. So it was definitely different from what I wanted. But my producer at the time, he's like, let's just push it, let's do it. It's a different side of you, and people need to know that there's also this side of you that they can listen to. But I completely agree with what you say, where people are putting things out just to put them out now for right now than working on a solid piece, something that'll definitely gravitate to, people gravitate to it and listen to it over and over rather than just that week.
Okay. Last question before we go to break. It's released February 14th, 2014. What was the response that you were getting back?
A lot of people were very shocked. They're like, "Oh my God!" Also because that was my first project. Some of the people didn't even know I rapped. They didn't even know I was, coming out with music. It was definitely I was supported by a lot of my friends. Even till this day, especially my family. My family loved it. My dad loves it. Till this day, I do have a lot of supporters. But it was different. It was, now that I think about it, would I have done it? Yeah, I would have done it. But maybe I would have followed it up with something that was more me, more underground, more like, hardcore like I like it.
That'll work. We're going to go ahead and press pause right there. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to come right back and pick up right where we left off.
Yay.
So, okay, everybody, make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, let them know that Phalasee's in the motherfucking building. Woo. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't fuck around. Come back.
Hey, what's up? It's Doughboy Tony. Make sure you go ahead and tap in with my brand, Seeking New Money. You can follow on Instagram at Seeking New Money. Also, make sure you tap in with my music. You can follow me on Instagram at doughboy.tony.
Bring us in, cousin.
All right.
Let's do this.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
All right. Hold on, I got a message.
Okay, check it real quick, and then we're ready. We're up in the fucking building. Oh shit, my microphone went down. But anyways,
the process of reinventing who you are never ceases.
For you to become that person, you can't listen to other people. Like I tell them, it's not a dream, it's a plan you put in motion.
You constantly throughout life have to reinvent yourself.
You're going to go through some shit. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Go all the way. Don't stop.
Believe in yourself.
Hard work, that's all it is. I would just say if you got your heart on it, just give it your all. Make sure that the message, whatever you're saying, it means something. It means something and it'll impact everybody in a positive way. It'll give people the strength to keep going.
You got to always have faith in yourself. Don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself.
Subscribe to something dope. Be ready for all this shit. Be ready, everybody. You've been warned.
Attention dog breeders, dog owners, and dog lovers. We are a family-owned, locally operated brown business right here in the harbor area of Los Angeles, Southern California. We transport and relocate pets locally out of state, and our specialty coast to coast. Breeders, we ground transport your puppy to your buyer while you stay at home stress-free. If you are an owner and you are moving out of state, let us take care of your dog and meet you at your new home. On the road, we stay in pet-friendly hotels, so when they reach their new destination, they are clean and well-rested. If you are a dog lover looking to buy a puppy from a breeder but don't want to make that long drive, we got you. We transport pups by crate safe and sound. Some clients allow their adult dogs to ride crate-free in our brand new spacious Sprinter van. We feed them, walk them, send photos and videos, and share our location via Google Maps so you can see us cruising in real time. Check us out on Instagram at 2Live Drive in LA or give us a call at 424-378-9471.
You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this yacht. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch. Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 121. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to just go ahead and jump right back into it with Phalasee.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Okay. I got to ask you something because I know Christmas just passed and I got my first gift today. Mm-hmm. You know, and I know we said it's not about gifts because I'm more of a person that I'd rather give than to receive. And now that I'm older, I understand that now. I love seeing the joy in people when they receive something that, you know, that they've been blessed with. Growing up, what would you say, if any, was the best gift you ever received for Christmas?
Growing up, I didn't have too much. I remember what I wanted and I didn't get. I remember all of my little cousins and, you know, my primos and primas got the same gift and I was the one that didn't get it. And it was those shoes that had the roller skates at the bottom.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, they all received some and I got some chanclas. And I was pissed and I was upset and I was crying. I was like, I can't believe I got chanclas and everybody got little skates. I was pissed. I would have been really happy if I would have got that, though.
Okay, let me say this. First of all, I was really, really bad growing up because I was the type of guy that I'd be playing ball in the living room knowing that all those damn gifts are under the tree because there was 10 kids. I would throw the ball over there, go over there and just kind of like rip the thing because it said my name on it. Okay, damn, that's what I wanted, and I just tape it back up. So I was one of those guys. But I think the best gift that I ever got was when my older brother bought me a bike. Now, I look back, and I know it was a cheap bike from Kmart, but back then, I thought I was balling. I thought I was rolling because I had me a brand new bike. But I'll tell you one thing that I always wanted, and I never got, it was called a Tyco racetrack. You know, track where you, the fucking car, so I wanted one of those. Never got it. I used to always beg because back then $49 was a lot.
Yeah.
So when I got my record deal, guess what I did? I was 22 years old. I went to Toys R Us, grabbed it, came home, I fixed it, and I told my mom, come on, you're going to play with me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And me and her were just,
that's beautiful.
That was it. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell ever happened to it, but I bought myself all the gifts that I didn't get.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
So now, you dropped your album, once again, 2014 on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Is that record still available for purchase, or can people still listen to it?
Yeah, they can still listen to it. Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. Go out there, check it out. Love Angel by Phalasee. You know, especially if you want to dedicate a song to your girlfriend or to your boyfriend, it's a really good lovey-dovey, you know, album, you know?
What song, if you want to dedicate it to your boyfriend, would you recommend? Do you still remember?
It's called Love Angel, and it's just talking about the man of your dreams, right? You know, the example that my dad set, which was always make sure that you are being respected, loved, don't settle for less.
Absolutely.
And believe in love. So that's what the song talks about. It's, you know, believe in love, and there's somebody out there for you no matter what. And yeah.
Okay, so that album drops. Did you perform at all? Did you tour at all? Did you do anything with that record?
I didn't tour. I definitely performed a few songs, but it was it was hard to perform when I'm about, you know, excited music and underground and rap, and then boom, you throw in a love song. It's a little hard to perform, but I did do a little bit of performing out in LA, South LA, downtown LA. Not too much, but it's definitely a nice album to throw in during February where you want to, you know, make some babies and stuff.
Baby making music.
Yes.
Okay. So now that album is dropped. How long before you drop something new?
It was probably, I was in the studio with Marv's for maybe the next 2 years, and we were just dropping singles.
Okay.
So maybe 3 months passed, we dropped another song called Battle Scars.
Battle Scars.
Yeah.
Why that title?
At this point, I think I was so into like, okay, I'm already in here. Let's talk about where I grew up. Let's talk about how I grew up, the hood, Crenshaw District, you know, what it is to be a woman in the industry, as well as like underground, you know, what's a woman in underground music. What is that, you know? Okay. So it's called Battle Scars, and it was just about, again, fallacies, the misconstruction, the lies that the world is giving you. I grew up with a lot of like choppers, a lot of, you know, helicopters over my head, a lot of sirens, you know, a lot of gangster activity. So gangbanging activity. So that's what the song talks about, battle scars, growing up.
Especially growing up in South Central LA.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, when I think of LA as a whole, you know, it's just one big fucking battleground, period. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm sure every city, like my neighborhood at one point in the 80s was considered the worst neighborhood to live in LA County. Mm-hmm. After a while, it would be like, you know, Compton or South Central or whatever. Right. So at one point, everybody took that award, and I admit that shamefully, but that's just the way it was.
It was, yeah.
You know, I always like to say that if I survived the crack pandemic and the gang violence in the 80s, I could survive COVID.
Right. So. Right. No, that's good. Yeah. Honestly, growing up, you know, in high school, it was a decision that I had to make, especially being a woman. You know what I mean? Not a lot of women from my area go and have a career and have, right. You know what I mean, a job and, you know, have money. They end up, you know, either with kids, they end up, you know, married to a man, and they cater just to that man, which nothing is wrong with that. But I also do want to make sure that women know that there's other options, you know, girls, there's other options rather than just settling with like, okay, my life is just going to be this. No, go out there and discover, go out there and teach yourself, go learn, stay in school. A lot of people now like to say school no vale nada, school's, you know, is whatever. No, school is going to teach you how to be around these executives, how to talk with, you know, with these executives, you know, and be understood and not just, you know.
And believe me, let me just say this, amen, 100%, okay? You can't go into a record label, or you can't go into any business and say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know,
of course. It's biggest pet peeve for somebody like me as well, you know?
You're not going to be este pendejo que trabajar aquí.
Exactly.
You know, I'm sorry. You're just not going to get hired, bro. Go back to school.
Exactly.
You know? Believe me, I've sat in a lot of interviews where a lot of dope rappers, but their whole interview was like, know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't know what you're saying. Like, you know, pero, oh well.
Yeah.
Moving on. You guys had dropped single. How often were you guys dropping single after single after single?
It was probably every like 3-4 months we were dropping it, maybe less, maybe 3 to 2 months where we were dropping another song. We never really focused on another album. I mean, that was the goal, but it just kept. I'm a perfectionist, and I feel like if I'm sitting on a lot of music as an artist. Like I mentioned earlier, I put music out that, you know, pleases me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the battle that I fight a lot, where it's like I only do it for myself. I do it if I want to. But then I have to remember there are supporters, there are followers that are waiting, you know, to hear more Phalasee music and stuff like that. So that's something that I've always battled, where I'm sitting on music. I'm just sitting on it. And I have to just put it out.
Yeah. On the first album that you released, what is, if anything, the song either that meant to you the most or just your favorite song in general? Is there one?
It has to be Love Angel, because I had one of my close friends come out and sing the chorus for me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, growing up, yeah, I had that father figure, and I had my mom and my dad were together, but it doesn't happen like that for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. In particular, my boyfriend, you know, he doesn't have his parents together, and I see how much it hurts him, and how much, you know, it kind of made him who he is now.
Right.
Not having his parents together. So this is why that's my favorite, because I'm talking about, you know, my dad being the father figure and being the man that I, you know, want to one day marry. You know, all the expectations I have now is because he's showed me that way. He showed me be respected, be loved, and, you know, always don't settle for less. Don't settle for anything. You can get it yourself if that's the case, you know.
Right.
So I love Angel, but there's other songs too that are really cool that you need to check out.
So you have about, if I'm correct, about 30 songs total out?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, putting the album aside, the rest of those songs, which one stands out to you as, that's my shit?
A lot of people loved Arriba Mi Raza, and I loved it too. I just recently did a song that talks about the kids in the cages and like all the political issues that we're going through recently with Aria Sol. Shout out to you, my guy. So that's definitely one that I love. Arriba Mi Raza, definitely. A lot of people gravitated to that, and you know, that's one of my favorites to perform. You know, I have a lot of love for it, a lot of support from it too.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about that. I know Arriba Mi Raza, is that, okay. I know it's pretty much self-explanatory. Pretty much what you're saying is Arriba, like my people.
Yes.
That's pretty much what you're saying. Now, what motivated you to do that song, and when did it drop?
It dropped maybe, I'm going to say 3 years ago. Uh-huh. And it was inspired by the people that I was hanging out. Like the Project Mayhem, they kind of just influenced me to rap in Spanish. You know, I've always liked to rap in Spanish, but I've always also gotten, you know, even on the comments, oh, you know, this Chicana rapper. I don't want to be labeled as a Chicana rapper, because I'm not, you know. And it was just inspired by them saying, go out and do it. You sound amazing. And deep down, I know I sound amazing. I just, something about rapping in Spanish is kind of like, is it going to be a hit? Is it going to be a miss? You know, because you can get a lot of slack, a lot of pushback from your own raza.
Absolutely.
You know, oh, she doesn't even know how to say this word. You know, all these comments that I had under it. But knowing that it was a dope song. I love it. I love performing. A lot of people love it. Yeah, there are a few people that it's like, oh, okay, no la hizo. You know?
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. Well, you're always going to have those cockroaches out there that talk a lot of shit, and it's sad because they're always out there. Like I'm sure there's people out there on the live chat. Much love, much respect to the Roadium Radio warriors out there, and then there's other people out there that are just fuck this dude, fuck her, she's fucking whack. You know,
Yeah.
They get off on that.
Right.
But now, so the song drops. The response was good. It's for the people. It's for the culture. That's a dope thing. Now, did you perform that song? And if you did in front of a crowd, what was the response that you got
I
back?
performed it a lot. It was one of my favorite songs to perform. I mean, everybody was just singing the hook with me. They understood, you know, they know where I was coming from. You know, I've always done events with a lot of raza involved, you know,
Awesome.
and Huntington Park in downtown LA and South LA, and you know, performing it was what made me want to keep going, want to like just, you know, don't stop this Spanish, you know,
Right.
keep representing for your raza. And you know, thanks to them, to all the supporters and the love that I received, is why I'm comfortable spitting in Spanish and comfortable with saying, yeah, like that's me, you know.
Okay. Now, let me bring something up that you said that in some people's eyes, it's controversial what you just said. For me, it's not, because I understand artists. You said, I don't want to be labeled a Chicana rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah, because I mean, people have this tendency to like put you in a bubble where it's just like, oh, Chicana. So then when you pop up with something else, they like get mind blown, like, oh shit, I didn't even know. Yeah, you didn't know because you labeled me this, you put me in this little box where you thought it was only this. No,
Right.
I have so much other to give. I have, you know, other music that you would love as well. So give me the opportunity. Don't just box me in. And that's one of the reasons
Right.
why I feel like if once you get labeled as Chicana, you know, you tell your friends, oh, this is a Chicana rapper. No, you know, I'm not. I have other things as well.
Right,
Makes
right.
sense? Yeah.
See, to most people from the outside looking in, this is what I've learned in all these years that I've been in the music industry, is that when you label yourself, well, when somebody hears Chicano rap, here's what the outside looking in thinks. Okay, he's rapping Orale que hubo, mija, que onda.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they think right away, so they don't even bother listening anymore.
Exactly.
There's been rappers that have come here, artists, that have said, I'm a Chicano rapper. And you know what? And I applaud that. If that's what they want, I applaud that, and I wish them the best.
Right.
There's other Chicanos that have come here and said, look, bro, I'm a Chicano, and I rap. I just want to be called an artist. And I get that, and I applaud that as well. The sad thing is that there are people that think because they don't want to be labeled Chicano rappers that you're ashamed of who you are.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with that.
Of course not. No, I
You know?
love my culture. I love my traditions. I mean, arriba mi raza till the day that I die. You know, this is why I
Awesome.
do it. I represent. But having said that, I also don't want to miss these opportunities.
Yes.
Being labeled and being boxed in as a Chicano rapper.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, I'm directing, and my team, we're filming a Chicano rap documentary because there is a market out there. And my whole thing is that I want to shine light on our people, because right now there really isn't no light shined on us, because this hip hop industry, and let's be honest, it is predominantly a black industry. I respect that. I get that. But at the same time, we are here too, because I like to say, especially here in California, we are hip hop's economy. We support, we buy, we go everywhere. So I think it's time that our people get our shine.
Right.
So
right.
so I want to shine light on this genre of music because I feel that it's deserving.
Of course.
It's deserving. So and until I announced it, I'll be real with you. I'm not going to say that I came up with this wonderful idea, but until we announced that we were coming out with a Chicano rap documentary, nobody was talking about doing a documentary on Chicanos.
Right.
On Chicano rap. Nobody was. I'm sure there's people out there saying, I fucking thought about it when I was taking a crap in my room. Yeah, I get it, but you didn't go public with it.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
so Okay, so now you mentioned another song that you released where you talk about the children in cages.
Right. Just recently, maybe 6 months ago, Aria Sol reached out to me and said, hey, I think you'd be amazing on this track. We didn't know each other. I listened to the track. He sent it with his verse, and I fell in love with it. And it's just talking about politics and, children in cages and what are you going to do about it? How are you going to make a difference? Are you going to be quiet, or are you going to stand up for the cause? And it was during the marches. Recently we had some marches going down. So yeah, it's very political. I don't like to dab too much into politics.
Right.
It could get super messy. I like to say I'm outspoken, but at the same time, I like to keep my thoughts to myself because not a lot of people will agree. And it is what it is. I like to keep my thoughts to myself. But having said that, that was an opportunity to shine light on the issues that we were going through, and to let them know that they're not alone. And there are people being supportive in different ways. Many different ways. It was also during the time where, I'm not sure if you noticed, but like on Instagram, there were so many videos of Raza being harassed.
Yes.
Street vendors being harassed. And for a second, I was like, well, what's going on? Because all of a sudden, it started popping out everywhere. A video every other day, just of somebody getting harassed. And but yeah, so we put this song out. It's been really good turnaround, and we just recorded the video as well. That one's in the process of being released, so I'm excited about that song.
Yeah, please let us know. I'll even help you promote it on my page or whatever. Let people know that you definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm correct, and Hypnotic and my boy Duende just did a song, and they're addressing those issues.
Okay.
And I don't want to get the name wrong, but I think it's something like They Don't Give a Fuck About Us or something like that. So Hypnotic, Duende, much love, much respect. If I got the name wrong, please forgive me. But put it in the comments, what the name of the song is. But I think he just dropped it yesterday or the day before. Great message. And it talks about the paleteros, talks about the people that were being harassed or whatnot. So now, growing up, and I'm glad you said, I don't like to talk too much about politics, because believe it or not, in this day and age, talking about politics I've seen families get separated because of who they voted for.
Exactly.
I remember growing up, and I think I was in 7th grade, and there was a guy named Jimmy Carter. He had just became president. Of course, we're kids and we're just talking politics in school. And then, I'm not sure if this is in order, and then Reagan, and then, Bill Clinton, and then George Bush. But today, if you were a Trump supporter, which I'm not, if you were a Trump, and you said, I'm voting for Trump, motherfuckers will go.
Yeah, ham on you,
yes.
for sure. I mean, it's a touchy subject. So, yeah, careful where you, put all those thoughts in.
I've seen families, okay, because I know these families. They would be separated, Trump, brothers and sisters, and the mom and dad, and maybe a brother, Biden. And they would literally fucking have wars with each other.
Yeah.
Even to the point where Biden won, and now they're no longer talking. And I'm thinking, is it really that serious?
That's crazy.
But that's why I don't really like to touch too much on that. Leave it alone.
Yeah, and nowadays you say the wrong thing, they'll crucify you for sure. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so now let's talk before that video is going to be dropping soon. Anything else coming out that you're working on that your fans can stay tuned for? Anything in the works?
There's still more music coming out, so I'm super excited about sharing more music with everybody. I mean, if it wasn't music, it was definitely hosting. I love hosting. I do the B-side show every other Monday with Rabbit and Shay. Shout out to you guys. Love you. And it's pretty cool to have that platform and have people come in and shine light on those as well.
Awesome.
Before the pandemic, I was hosting shows. I did a sugar-free show, which was amazing. It was super exciting. I did Amanda Paris, which was great. Shout out to Danny LBC for hooking me up. But yeah, if it wasn't music, it was hosting, and I would throw shows myself as well, highlighting artists that I felt like, hey, these artists need a spotlight. So yeah, stay tuned for more music. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Stay tuned for more shows. Hopefully after the pandemic, I'm ready for it to be over. But if not music, it's also the cannabis industry.
Awesome. We're gonna get into that, but let's just give this the B-Side Show a plug, because now for the people that may not know, this is a podcast, correct?
Yes, it's a podcast, live interview show with
what
live
time
performance.
on Mondays?
It's from 8 to 10 depending on the interviews. It was 9 p.m. we just went to 8 p.m. Monday nights. You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, any streaming platform, and we just highlight artists. They have something to share, and we like to provide that spotlight.
That's
for
awesome.
them.
And I'm glad you shared that, because one thing that we preach around here is that there's enough money, there's enough shine, there's enough light to go around for everyone. Nobody has to hate on anyone.
Exactly.
If you spread love, you know what? It's going to come back.
Right.
So with that being said, share with everyone exactly what you do, where you work at. Let's give that a plug.
Yeah, so I work at Dr. Green Thumb Silmar. I love my Silmar family. I've been there for about 2 years now. I'm running the show, all the operations. It's a very male dominated industry. But having said that, I am very proud of myself to be able to just, be a woman in the industry, have open opportunities and doors for other women that, might be a little scared. Because I remember when I first started in the cannabis industry 10 years ago, there wasn't room for women. It was, all males ran it, even in the black market, it was hard to be a woman in the industry. Nowadays, things are different. I'm super proud of myself, and I'm just opening doors for anybody that feels that they have something to provide, in the cannabis industry, whether it's medicinal or recreational. We do have medicinal products that benefit anybody that has pain, problems sleeping, sore joints, or that's been on medication. Some of my patients they come and tell me, oh, I've been on pills for the past 20 years. Give me something that'll just kind of steer me away from the pills, and we do find things that'll help that patient in particular.
Awesome. So now because I don't get high, and even though I went to Dr. Green Thumb's podcast and I got high off the contact, and I had a great fucking time. Much love, much respect to Be Real. He made those Dr. Ritas. I was fucked up when I drank those. And, him, Bobo, and E-Zone, much love to you guys. And what's my brother's name? The one that sits right here on the podcast. God, I forgot his name. But if I remember, I'll give you a shout out. But it was B, E-Zone, Bobo, and then the guy that's sitting right here. I forgot his name. So now they were just
blowing.
And I was like, I wait, but I had such a fucking great time there. So
you don't smoke for whatever, like you just don't, you don't like it. Yeah.
It's just never been my thing. You know what I used to like? Remember those back in the day, you used to buy those pack of cigarettes and it don't chicle you blow the fucking, that's as far as I go. So now let me ask you this, because I don't go into these places. What can people find? Do you guys have like candy?
We have everything. We have candy. We have chocolate. We have gummies. Somebody that can't take too much sugar. We have tinctures, which is like a little dropper under your tongue. We have drinks. There's a drink called Habit. It's one of my favorite drinks. It's 100 milligrams. Everything caps at 100 milligrams, unless the black market shoots you 1,000 milligrams. Jesus, please be safe. I've had those. Not a great experience. I stick to no more than 50 to 60 milligrams myself. It's helped me sleep. I'm on caffeine all day, every day. It's helped me calm my body down. If you're in the gym 24/7, helps you with sore joints. We have pomadas or like balms that you can use if you have anything that's has inflammation or things like that. So we have a little bit of everything for a lot of people, especially cancer patients. We do have a lot of patients that come in and said, hey, my son has been taking this medication. I want to get him off of it. Do you have anything that can help? We can definitely, it just depends on the person and their experience. We talk about it and try to give you the best for you. Awesome. I was in Arizona about 2 years ago, and I went to this one place. I think it's called The Mint. I think that's what it's called. This was like a big ass CVS looking dispensary. I walked in there, and then you know how in Costco they have like the deli in the back? Yeah. They were making hamburgers, pizza, yummy,
with all of this like weed stuff. I don't know what the proper name is. Oh yeah, it has this, and I'm like, fuck that. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, if you dose it correctly, you can have a nice, meal with cannabis, infused cannabis meal, and have a great time. Nothing heavy. You can even do it just CBD. CBD is going to be for more of the medicinal benefits like inflammation, pain, overall wellness. So it just depends on what you ask for. You can do a ratio between like CBD and THC 1-to-1 for somebody that doesn't smoke a lot and kind of just wants a head change, things like that. Awesome. Okay, we come to the end of our interview. Is there anything I didn't ask you or anything you want to promote? And if not, you can give your shout outs. Definitely stay tuned. Follow me, watch me, check out my YouTube videos, Phalasee, everywhere. You can check me out, PHALASEE. Shout out to you, Tony, for having me. Thank you so much. I hope this is not the last time. No, I'm ready to be back. Awesome. But yeah, stay tuned. Thank you so much. Your Instagram has been popping up, and we'll also put it on the description. So whenever somebody views it, they can just click on the description. It'll take you directly to your Instagram. Yes, show me some love. Shout out to the B-Side Show. Shout out to all my supporters. Project Mayhem. Muchas gracias. It's not the last of me. Stay tuned. Awesome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you, hang out with you. We're going to take a 10-minute break. But before we do, the Duchess just walked in the building. Yes. Awesome. Okay, everybody. 10 minutes. Don't fuck around. Come back. Call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, let them know that Phalasee's in the motherfucking building. We'll be back, culeros. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
Roadium Radio. Roadium Radio. Roadium Radio.
Hey, Tony, drop that. What, please?
I bet.
My name is the Croft, the CRAWFORD, the poet high C. Tony A, the wizard, just as cool as a blizzard. Sticking out his tongue, stabbing pussy like a lizard. Ooh, so sorry, homie, I didn't mean to say that. Steve is in the house. Come on, won't you play that funky dope beat? You know you gotta throw me some Stanley's ass Croft, coming straight from the Roadium.
You are now about to witness Tony A.
Get funky.
Tell her where you from.
You don't think I'm living? Well, fuck you. Moon on a Saturday night in LA. Yo, feeling kind of fancy.
Stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. What the hell are you looking for? Can a young man make money anymore? Wear my jewels and like freaking on the floor? Or is it my job to make sure I'm poor? Disruptions is horrible, nourish not justify. Those that live at the FBI, look at mama's baby. Ice Cube getting dumb at the Roadium with the funky drum, and you know my man Steve can get some. With a fool like Tony A when he plays stupid dope shit by WA. You wanna spray? Dumb motherfuckers, no doubt. And sucker DJ. Get the fuck out! Tony A.
What did you say your name was? What did you say?
Tony A.
I have won 1 million battles.
Lights, cameras, action, sound. Give me that mic, I'm about to go down.
Thinking of a master plan.
This story's funny. I met this girl and she had money.
Check it out, right about now, Dr. Dre's on the wheels, and I'm about to cold tear shit up. AOT, you got a level? Steve, hit record, man.
Get busy, easy, and Tony A on the 12 techniques, see?
Here's a little something about a nigga like me. They never should have anybody say proceed.
Yo, ain't that me?
You don't like Tony A. Well, fuck.
I'm rocking shit at the Roadium. Just do 1, 2, 1, 2. Right about now, you need Dr. Dre's in the motherfucking
Drop that, baby.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio episode 121. It feels kind of weird saying that, like 121. But anyways, before I introduce my next dope special guest, buy an ad. You will not regret it. Buy yourself an ad. Go to DOCUMIXERY/ads. Buy a 1 minute ad. You could buy one episode. You could buy 2 weeks of for an episode. You could buy a month worth of episodes. 1 month is 8 episodes, and our page gets so much traffic. And I'm thankful because it's because of you guys, the subscribers, you guys that are commenting, you guys that like the live chat. You know, that shit is dope. Keep it up. But our page monthly gets about 500,000 views, and each interview averages about 10K. So get yourself an ad if you're selling merch, if you have a business, if you have a fucking restaurant, whatever, you know, buy yourself an ad. You will not regret it. It goes off for 1 minute. It could be a slideshow, it could be a picture, or it could be actual video. The only thing that we ask is no music. So get at us, let us know if you're interested. We will make it happen. So far, it's been nothing but great feedback from those that have purchased ads. They said that their business has slowly been picking up. Sucks that we're going through COVID, but we're making it happen. So other than that, once again, DOCUMIXERY.com. If you guys want to buy the hard copies, you guys want to buy merch, hats, beanies, whatever. Anyways, without further ado, please allow me to introduce this super dope, another super dope female that we have in the motherfucking building, the Duchess.
Yo,
how you doing?
What's good, everybody?
Okay, don't get nervous on me, all right?
Okay.
Now, you know what? Before we get started, I'm looking at Blackberry. What exactly is that? Introduce us.
This is 211 Blackberry, everybody. This is my favorite drink. Actually, all my friends know I drink this. This is my drink, and they call it Purple Tongue.
Purple Tongue.
Well, it's because every time I drink it, I'm over there being loud, rowdy, whatever, and Purple Tongue, you know?
So is it like a hood drink? Is that what it is?
I mean, I guess.
Because, you know, you brought me one, so my next break I'll drink it, but I've never had it.
It's malt liquor, of course. I used to drink King Cobras, but then
King Cobra guy
I
too.
advanced to the 211s, I guess if you could say.
Okay. In the 80s, I was a King Cobra guy. And of course, I tried the Mickey's, the Old English, but Old English was like, I just was not ever an Old English fan. But all good if you're an Old English fan. Now, your weekend, let's go back to Christmas. I think Christmas Day was Friday, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
How was your Christmas? How did you spend it?
I was with my family, basically my brother, my sister-in-law, my kids, my 2 kids, and kids' father. So we're having Christmas, you know, just dinner, cooking.
What did the dinner look like? Like, what was on? Because for me, pozole and tamales.
Well, yeah, pretty much. My sister-in-law is Salvadorian, so she brought tamales. Oh my God, bomb.
Bomb.
They were bomb. To me, they were bomb. You get me? Because I've never really tried Salvadorian tamales, but when I ate them, I was like, oh.
Can you kind of like give us a picture? Because
well, to be honest with you, I don't really know what was in it. I was asking her questions, but at the same time cooking. You get me? So
okay, so you were just
I was just grubbing, cooking.
Now, is it really much of a difference than from Mexican
Honestly,
tamales?
yes. It's to me, it was more moist. You get me? Like I don't know. It was just really good. I don't know.
Awesome. Because Phalasee was telling me that her mom, if I'm correct, I don't want to get it wrong, is Guatemalan and her dad is Mexican.
Oh, I was listening. Yeah.
Okay. So my whole thing, she said that she likes Guatemalan tamales.
Okay.
And she also loves Mexican tamales. And I asked her a question: what would you rather choose if you had to? So I'm gonna ask you a question: Mexican tamales or Salvadorian tamales, if you had to choose?
I would say Salvadorian, just because I've never had them, and it was just really delicious, something new. You get me? I mean, I've had Mexican tamales my whole life. You get me?
Right.
So it's like it was just something different. Like I think they put a lot of stuff in it, like, you know, so it was just good to me.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Now, are you a pozole and menudo?
Oh, we had pozole también.
Okay. You have to choose one, pozole or
menudo. I'll say pozole.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Now, do you like chicken pozole?
Yes, I do. But we had pork, you know, so.
Yeah, I like pork too. But the only time I have chicken is when it's the green pozole.
I love green pozole.
Okay.
That's the one I did have.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you another tamal question.
Okay.
Red or green tamales?
Both. Either or.
So you got to choose one.
Okay, fine. Green. I'll go with green. Both.
Same
I'm not really picky with food. Like, I just love eating. You get me? Like, I'm not picky at all.
She said, I love eating.
I love eating.
That's dope. Okay. You got any plans for New Year's? Obviously, we can't go any fucking where.
That's what I was kind of like telling my brother, because normally it's just like me and my brother making plans so we could go hang out, do something with the kids, you know. But we're trying to get a cabin. There ain't no snow up there right now. Like, so it's like, it just, you know.
I know. It sucks. What is one thing that you miss doing that you cannot do? I know there's a lot. But if there's maybe one thing that you miss doing that you cannot do due to this pandemic, what would that be?
Doing shows. Like, that's one of the things that I was kind of getting a little rusty on it now. You get me? Like, it's like if you don't do it consistently, you kind of lose it, I guess.
Yes,
you know?
I believe that.
Yeah. So it's like I'm trying to do whatever I can to just do shows, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, it's just like I miss the feeling of being on stage, on spitting, you know, like knowing my words, you get me?
Yeah.
Like the last show I did in Venice, I was kind of like off. I was in Venice and we're on the, you know, on the strip right there. But I don't know, it's just, I kind of lost, like, you know?
Right, okay.
I lost it. If you don't, like they say, you don't use it, you lose it.
that is very, very true. Now, as far as like sports, so, like again, I always like to say Sundays I'm a sports guy. I like to watch football. I'm a big football guy.
Cowboys all day. I already seen all your Cowboys get up. I was like, yep, Cowboys all day.
Cowboys, okay. Basketball team, if you have one.
Okay, so I used to be so into the Lakers.
Okay.
Growing up, you know, with George Fisher, Kobe Bryant. I used to play basketball, okay? So I learned how to throw three-pointers just because of George Fisher, because, you know, straight threes all the dang time.
Right.
So I just got into basketball when I was little, you know, elementary. That was one of my like favorite sports to play. But I play every sport, you get me? Like I try to. I'm never on a team though, but just just do it. Yeah, but basketball was my favorite. So Lakers was my team, you know.
Now you say was.
I say was because I'm not into it no more. Like I guess as you get older, priorities, work.
Right.
Busy. You get me?
Baseball team, if you have one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Watching it's so boring to me sometimes. It's really slow. Like it's slow. You get me?
Yes.
But Dodgers, of course. But I watch it more because of my son. My son, he used to play baseball when we were allowed to play. You know?
right. When we were allowed.
Right. But I guess Dodgers.
Okay. Boxing or what do they call it? MMA, Brian? Is that what it is? MMA. Any of them?
Not really, no.
Nope.
No, I don't know why. It's just, I guess I get bored. I don't know. I'm just more of a outdoorsy type of person. Like I don't know. I'd rather watch it live, I guess, not on TV. You know, I don't know.
Did your kids get a lot of gifts?
Yeah, my son actually enjoyed. He asked for everything, so he knew what he was getting. Like,
so
I don't do that thing where there's no surprise or you know, like he gives me a list. He tells me how much it is, and that's what he does every year.
Damn.
Every year. He's like, Mom, it costs this much. I was like, okay, all right, that's it. My daughter, she's 2, so she doesn't ask for anything, you know.
Okay. Growing up, like I asked Phalasee, what was your favorite gift, if you got any? What was one of the most memorable Christmases where you got something that you...
I do have a funny story. It was a scooter. With me and my brother got both scooters, you know, but mine was like a spaceship one and his was red, you know, like a silver and red, right?
Okay.
But he was making fun of me. Like he would like clown on me like, oh, you got a spaceship, blah, 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 you know, so I'd be like, man, I don't like it no more. You get me?
Right.
But I ended up loving it because my favorite color was blue, spaceship, you know, stars on it. And, you know, I loved it. But because of my brother, I was just like, I don't know if this is cool or not. You get me?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Growing up, your favorite holiday?
Halloween still is.
Halloween. I'm a big time Halloween guy.
Yeah, me too.
See, for me, September and October, it's Halloween.
Yes. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah, I like Christmas, family time. I like Thanksgiving and all that. I mean, I love all of them, but Halloween is the one for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Me and the kids always have a good time, you know.
Where originally, did you grow up at? Like, where are you from?
Tahunga, California. I don't know if anybody knows where that is because it's like a little city before you get to the valley. You get me? Like it's its own valley. That's how I consider it.
Okay.
Tahunga, California. So.
Tahunga. Okay, I just make sure I pronounce that right.
Still in Tahunga, yeah.
Okay, and did you grow up there pretty much?
Pretty much, yeah.
elementary, middle school, and high school?
Pinewood, Mount Gleason, then Valley High. So
Valley High. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much those 3 schools that I went to.
Now, were you a smart girl in school?
I used to get A's in history. I loved history. Like, that was my favorite subject. I wasn't really good at math. I don't think a lot of people are good at math, but it's like history, English, PE, of course. I used to, of course, who didn't know it? Science, I loved science as well. Yeah.
Did they used to, in high school or in junior, or well, I don't know if it was junior high back then for you, middle school, did they used to make you guys run the mile?
Yes. Oh, man. I mean, I would do it, but dang, yeah, of course you're going to be out of,
Okay,
breath.
and don't lie. What was your fastest mile?
I don't really remember, but I actually was in a track team, Griffith Park. They
Okay.
used to do the, the
Right.
5K. I think it was 5K.
I believe so.
God, out of breath. And I don't know what place I was in. I was just glad I made it. I was like, you get me? That was in middle school, though. And yeah, it was a good experience, something different, but tiring, okay? I was like, that made me see, okay, maybe I'm unhealthy. I don't know.
No. Okay. Yes, okay. Growing up, if I'm correct, in a Mexican home?
Yes.
Okay. What type of music did your mother and your father play as you were a kid growing up?
Los Bukis, Los Ángeles Azules, Cumbia, Sonora Dinamita. How can I forget that one? That was like my favorite because I still bump it to this day.
I love Sonora Dinamita, yes.
She introduced me to a lot of music, my mother.
Okay.
So just her cleaning, of course, and I still bump to this day. You get me? Like all the music that she used to play, rock en español, Maná.
Mana's dope.
Yeah, I love Maná.
Really, really, really dope group. I think it was that album. What's it called? Sueños Líquidos. I think that was.
Oh, that one's a good one. I think that's the La Sirena. Oh, La Sirena is the second one, huh? Or
I think it had a sirena on the cover. I'm not sure,
I
but
thought it was called La Sirena or something like that. Or maybe it's, I don't know.
probably. But they're a dope fucking group.
Yes.
So now, growing up, I know you said already you played sports or you were in a track team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you play any instruments growing up?
Keyboard, I used to, self-taught, okay?
Okay.
Guitar, I try to pick up here and there. I love instruments of any kind, actually. Violin, I try to play a little bit.
What happened with that?
Well, it's because I don't have a violin for one. But just growing up, I never had the luxuries of it, I guess. But I do have a funny story about the keyboard. My sister, I guess her old boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I was 4, by the way.
Okay.
4 years old, and I just remember always hearing the song "Lean on Me" in the car. We're driving far,
Yeah.
mom, and then brother and sister, whoever's in the car. We're listening to music, and then "Lean on Me." I was 4 years old. Okay. One time I was at my sister's boyfriend's house. We were there. And she was making out with her boyfriend on the bed, whatever,
And
do
you
your
were
thing, I'm not
spying.
paying attention. Oh, no, I wasn't spying. I was paying attention to everything around the room, you get me? And he had all these instruments, okay? So he had keyboard, drums, guitars, he had everything. So me, little kid, going up to the keyboard, I started playing it. I started playing with it, messing around with it. So I started playing Lean on Me, but by ear.
Oh,
at 4 years old.
Yeah.
My sister's boyfriend literally stopped making out with her, put his finger on her face like, did you hear that? So he comes up to me and he's like, play that again. So I'm playing it. As I'm playing it, he's playing the major chords.
Oh, wow.
So that motivated, right then and there, I knew I wanted to do music. So that's
Really?
the story with that. You get me?
And how old were you again?
4. I was 4 years old.
4. Wow, that's an interesting story. I know I shared this in times past, but I'm going to share it again because it kind of goes along with what you're saying. If you haven't seen it, I encourage people to watch the Quincy Jones documentary. Probably one of my favorite documentaries when it comes to musicians. Okay. I believe he said he was 11 years old and he was just walking in the streets of Chicago. I guess they kind of showed a picture of where he was walking through.
Right.
And he said he found a warehouse and nobody was in there. It was like, I guess, old rundown warehouse. He said he walked in there and he found a piano and he said, and the rest is history.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so-
and it's just, to this day, I just always remember him. His name was Javi, you get me? And it's just weird because everything happened at 4 years old for me. I even remember this Obey Your Thirst commercial.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember the Sprite commercials back then, okay?
Yeah.
So it was Pete Rock, CL Smooth, You get me?
Yeah.
And Grand Puba, I think
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I just remember his verse because it was the last verse. Okay.
Okay.
And I just remember I palm my man with the right hand and I hold my spot with the left hand and I push the button when I don't want to hear nothing. I let it go when I want to hear something. And then from there, I think I said something different rather than what he said.
Oh,
and my
okay.
brother was like, what? I would say first comes first and first comes my third. So my brother would start laughing. He's like, that's not what it says, but that shit sounds dope too. You get me?
And that was at 4?
Yes, at 4 years old. I remember the commercial came out in '94, right? Like
I believe so.
I was 4 years old. Wow. Yeah, and I remember it from this day. And I was like, he would like give me my props, and he's like, "Damn, what the hell? Like, how do you remember?" He goes, "But that sounds dope. It doesn't say that, but it sounds dope."
Okay, so is it safe to say that at 4 years old is you pretty much listening to that commercial that you got introduced to hip hop?
I would say yes. A lot of music at 4 years old because of my older brothers and sisters. I was always around them. You get me?
Okay. What were they bumping at that time, if you can remember?
Well, oldies mostly, oldies. But it was my brother Louis Lou who introduced me later down the road to hip hop. Like
Okay.
I would just hear my mom's music. My sister would be like lighter shade of brown.
Okay.
Like music like that, and then but it was mostly oldies. Like I would just remember oldies, but as I was getting older, I would hear everything my brother was bumping. He was more into the East Coast rapping,
Okay.
So he motivated me a lot too, because he's the one who was teaching me what to do.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
So
Just
he was
teaching me.
Okay. Now, you said that he listened, or you were listening to a lot of East Coast, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Okay. Are you a fan of East Coast hip hop music?
Well, that's where everything started, So
Absolutely.
Of course I'm gonna be a fan. I'm a hardcore fan of them because it's like that's where everything started. And West Coast is like we did it too, but we're trying to make our own sound. You get me?
Absolutely,
To me, we have our own sound. But music wise, I feel like it all started over there, like on the East Coast. I was more motivated with East Coast.
Yeah.
Because like everybody says, being labeled as Chicano rap, you get me?
Right.
Because we're from the West Coast, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But I just want to say that's where I got it from, I guess. I guess I got more skills listening to East Coast, but I'm from the West, you get me? So I just want to be like them, I guess.
Yeah.
To show that we can.
Yeah, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I remember when I went out there like 2 years ago, was the last time I was out there. And my friend, much love, much respect to my boy DJ Toro. I stayed with him. He lives in Harlem, and he took me to DJ Kool Herc's when he had their first hip hop party. I want to say 1973, if I'm correct.
Oh wow!
And he took me to the building. I shot a video. I took pictures and everything. Because to me, if that was considered, and also by the New York Times, they've also said that that's where they considered the birthplace of hip hop.
Yes, okay? You got to respect that. No matter what, you have to respect that.
So if everything came from there and ended up trickling all the way over here, we got to always show love to the originators.
Exactly.
And so now, let's start there. I always like to ask this because it teaches me a lot, and it teaches the audience a lot about you as an artist.
Okay.
Top 5 either artists or top 5 albums from the East Coast. At any time. It could be any time.
Nas, I love Nas because my brother showed me a lot of Nas. Biggie, of course. Lauryn Hill, love her. I love her. Like, she's brought me out of so many heartbreaks, whatever you want to call it. You get me? Like, just whatever I was going through, she made me feel better. You get me?
Yeah.
Who else? Method Man, I love Meth. Who else? Yeah, there's a lot, but Ghostface Killer, he's dope. Yeah. There's Mobb Deep. Oh, I love Mobb Deep. I gotta give it up to Mobb Deep for real. There's a lot of artists though. Like to this day, I still like Joel Ortiz too. There's a lot. There's too many.
Yeah. Okay, well, you give us a good picture of who you like. Now, West Coast.
Okay, so Tupac being like, to me, it was poetry.
Oh, right.
So when I started in elementary, that's what I would write, poetry. I consider that poetry more than lyrics.
Yeah.
Because when you try to put it on a beat, it's like, it doesn't go there. Or it does not right. I got to cut some words off. Or you get me?
Right.
So I would write in elementary and I would see like, oh, Tupac was my West Coast motivator. I want to say that. You get me? Tupac, who else? Warren G, Dr. Dre, of course. How can you forget? You get me? Who else? Oh, MC8. I love MC8, you know? Fucked up childhood is wild away. I love him. Love him to this day. Who else? Dang, there's so many. There's so many to name. There's basically Tupac, honestly. That's where I started, you know?
Okay. Tupac released All Eyes on Me double CD. Biggie released Life After Death double CD.
Ooh.
You got to choose.
Oh, man. Why you do that? Dang, okay. I'm gonna have to go with Biggie, man, because... yeah,
Hey,
I'm gonna have to go with Biggie.
you're going against the grain because not too many people say that.
I gotta go with Biggie. I'm sorry, you know, all you guys gonna hate me for that, but Biggie, straight up.
Biggie's dope. We can't never take nothing away from him.
He's a lyricist. You gotta understand it. Like, he's all about his lyrics, you know. Tupac, I felt like he was more poetry, more, you know, like, it's like gangster rap, you get me? But you get me? Yeah.
Okay. If you had to, favorite Biggie song, if there's one.
Oh, come on. Let me see. Juicy. I love Juicy. That was a good one.
You know which was mine? Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Oh, give me the loot. Give me the. That was a good one.
Man, I'll be bumping the hell out of that.
Party in bullshit.
Favorite Tupac song?
Let me see. Ooh, that was hard actually. He had a lot of songs. A lot of songs. I'm gonna have to go with Changes, maybe. Changes.
Okay.
Changes is a good one.
Mine, So Many Tears. But my favorite club banger from him is How Do You Want It?
How do you want it? Yeah.
That's the shit right there, man.
I mean, I got to give it up to both artists. You get me? They did their thing. They're still talking about them even after they're gone. Legends. You get me?
May they rest in peace because, you know what? And here's what breaks my heart, okay? My son is 29, okay? Tupac was 25 and Biggie was 24.
Young.
You know, and my son has outlived them. Sad to say, obviously my son was not a rapper, but my point is this, that those guys not only were mature and beyond their years when it came to their lyrical skills, but they died so young, man. And those men were somebody's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even to this day, it still breaks my heart because, you know, but let me go back a little further because I knew Eazy-E. I did mixtapes with Eazy-E, and he also died very, very young. You know, the crazy part is if you look at their lives, Eazy-E died the following year, Pac died the following year, Biggie, 3 back to back.
What do they say about that? It's like, I guess you lose 3 great ones back to back. It always happens like that. You get me? Like you lose one person, bam, another one, bam. It's just 3.
Yeah.
They always come in 3s. I don't know why. It's just.
Now let me ask you this: within the last 10 years, let's look at West Coast. Within the last 10 years, do we have a Eazy-E, a Biggie, or a Tupac?
Never. No. Nobody can be like another artist. I feel everybody has their own sound. Like me, I try to have my own sound as well. I don't try to sound like the next person.
Right.
I'm not trying to be cliche with what I say. I'm always trying to say something different, something new, new style, whatever, you know. But I don't think there will ever be another artist such as the ones that passed away. You get me? Like never.
Right.
No matter how hard they try, not even if they make a clone. You get me?
Right. Very true. So now, around what age would you say? Because I know you say you were kind of freestyling those commercials, but at what age would you say you actually started taking rap serious? Like, I think I'm going to try this because I could pretty good, I could improvise whenever I hear a song and I could add my own lyrics. At what point was there somebody that motivated you, encouraged you, said, girl, maybe you ought to try that?
I've always wrote, like I was always writing, but the thing is after time you lose things, you get me? Like, especially if you move or, you know, but since elementary, I was writing, 4th grade. I always remember that because I used to always read it out loud to my class. You know, like I would share my thoughts. I would share whatever I was writing. And then I actually had a teacher who was very she motivated me a lot as well, Miss Coulter. I remember who she is because she came out in a movie, The Wizard of Oz, I guess she said. She was the second double to the one of the witches under the houses.
Like the real witch?
Yeah, but she was the double. She wasn't the main one. She was just under the house. You get me?
But she was in the original Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Wow.
Miss Coulter. I remember her. But,
that's still a dope ass movie.
Yes, it is. But she also motivated me. She was the one pushing me, like, oh, you should write more. Yes, I love it. And she goes, yes. Like, she would like snap to whatever I would say, and she'll keep me on tempo. You get me?
Like a metronome almost.
Yes, exactly. So I was like, wow, okay, cool. I guess I had a lot of people like to push me.
Yeah.
And motivated me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't notice that until I guess I realized it now, I guess. But I've always had somebody telling me, hey, you're good. Hey, do something with that. Don't waste time, you know, just write, keep writing, perfect it. And yeah, I guess, dang, I always had somebody behind me telling me. But yeah, I would always write. Elementary, middle school, I would write in my binder reminders instead of writing whatever was on the on the board. Yeah, whatever, agenda, you know. And then I would also doodle a lot. Like whatever I was rapping about, I'll doodle on the side. It was just something different, weird for me.
Now, when you were doing all this, was there other females doing it with like your homegirls?
No.
So you were pretty much like, if you will, the only female, I guess.
I was a loner. In school. I was not like everybody else, but it's weird because I would always hop from group to group all over my school. So I would get along with everybody, but I was a loner. Most of the time I was just like, I was so bored, and it was just weird for me because I would jump from people, like groups. It could be the jocks, it could be like the punks, the whatever. I would jump group to group, group to group. But everybody knew me. I was always smiling. I was always saying hi to everybody, you know. Did I share my rhymes with anybody? Like, no, I wouldn't say no. I would say no. It was to myself. Until like maybe I was 13. That's when I would show my closest friends from the block, you get me? And they'd be like, oh my God, if I made them cry or give them chills, I was like, dude, I have something.
You got something.
I have something there. And it has to be something because it's like, dude, if you can make someone cry, get chills, you know, like it means something. It has to mean something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go to break, when was the first time that you actually said, I'm going to record myself over a beat?
Ooh, that one's, I think it was 8 years ago.
Really?
Literally 8 years ago.
Well, okay, why that long? Now I'm tripping like.
Because honestly, I didn't have the necessities, I guess. I didn't have the luxuries, you know?
Okay.
It's just, I guess I didn't know how to go about it. You get me?
Okay.
Until I started actually interacting. I made a Facebook, you know?
Okay.
It was the whole live things, I guess, you know, the internet. I wasn't into it back then. I was never in there. I was, like I told you, I was always outside playing, whatever, you know.
Right.
Sports. I was never at home. I was always out.
Okay, so 8 years ago. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and press pause right there.
Okay.
We're going to come back after break and pick up from 8 years ago.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, everybody. Once again, go get you some Modelo. Go warm up your top ramen. Come right back. 10 minutes. Don't fuck around. Call somebody. Text somebody. Slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that the Duchess is in the motherfucking building. We'll be back. Don't fuck around. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody.
South, straight down your mouth. With Tony A, the wizard. When Roadium radio's popping, the taco stays dripping and dropping. With John motherfucking Pocket Pussy Elkins. You know she felt it. So stay ready. It's gonna be a hard act to swallow. So take your blue chew and Spanish fly and enjoy the groove. Theo on Roadium Radio. The panties are popping, and it's non-stopping. Tony A the Wizard.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 121. And I'm having such a fucking dope-ass time tonight with my special dope guest, the Duchess. Welcome back.
Hello.
Okay, so before we left. Well, no. I got to introduce. Let's introduce. What was it that you bought me and that you brought for me to drink?
Still Reserve 211.
Still Reserve 211. Now, somebody told me this tastes like unleaded. Is that true?
It tastes whatever taste you want it to taste like.
Okay. No, okay, I'm going to open this. Live on Roadium Radio. First time I'm trying this.
First time, guys.
So let's see. Tastes like unleaded.
Okay. No. He didn't make a face expression, so I couldn't tell.
No, it actually tastes like malt liquor. So
okay.
It is malt liquor. So, okay. We were talking about your first 8 years ago.
8 years,
recording.
Yes.
How did that come about? Did you look for a producer? Was there somebody down the street with a laptop, a studio? How did that come about when you did your first recording?
Okay, so, well, I actually, like I said, I made a Facebook. I got in contact with a bunch of old friends. They seem, see, back then, I put like a weird name, like D. I put like D instead of my real name. Okay. You know, my name is Giovanna. But nobody could find me that way. But for some strange reason, since I put the area I was living in, everybody started popping up from like middle school, you get me? And I would add them or whatever. And it was actually a Bear Macias, shout out to you, man. He makes beats now. And I didn't even know that because we lost contact. I lost contact from everybody from middle school because I was being a little traviesa, whatever you want to, you know? Hoodlum, if you will. But
hey, at least you're honest.
I am honest, man. So I was messing up, you get me? But so I guess my fellow classmates went a certain way. I went the other, you get me? So
right.
so yeah, I lost contact with a lot of people, and for some strange reason, they either thought I was dead or missing, or I don't know. But I was just doing bad, you get me?
Right.
But I got in contact with him, and he shot me a beat, you know, which I thought it was dope. I worked on it, and then at the time, I had to buy everything for me, like myself. Like I bought the CPU, I bought the the headphones, freaking the mic,
whatever you needed.
Yeah. Okay. So everything for a little studio at home. So YouTube videos, of course, they help a lot. You know, I'm a fast learner. So with that being said, I was recording at home, and I did that for a good while. You get me? I did it for a good amount of time, and for the music that I was putting out, I was getting a lot of good reactions.
Okay, let's start right there.
Okay.
Did this person know you were rapping when he shot you the beat?
The thing is, I was rapping in middle school, elementary. So a lot of people were like, oh, you know, that's the tomboy, blah, blah, blah. You know, like,
right.
That's she raps, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, of course, everybody talks. Everybody talks, you get me? Whether it be true, not, whatever, but keep talking.
Okay,
you get me?
So this guy somewhat knew your history already.
Yes.
So he just threw it at you.
Right. Okay. So, and I was putting it more out there on Facebook because I would write like my verses or, you know.
Right.
And then I put it out there like, oh, I want to start working on music. I want to do this. I want to do that, you know. And then we linked up. He shot me beats, and that's where it started.
Okay. So he shot you a beat. Mm-hmm. Did you record this at home?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you grab the mic, you play the beat, you start rapping your verse, you play it back, you listen to yourself. What do you think? You like it or not?
I like it. Of course, we're all like our worst critics. We are all our worst critics, okay? We always think, oh, they're not gonna like it. Oh, you know, I sound like this or I sound like that. I want to sound like this. You get me? Like it's just really hard for somebody to like their own things, you know? But I'm not gonna lie. When I feel it. I'm like, okay, you know what? If I give myself chills, okay? And that's what I mean. Like, if I'm spitting it and I'm spitting real stuff, if I give myself chills, I'm like, okay, you know what? You're doing something good.
Like, you're feeling it.
Right, yes. And I'm feeling myself, you know? So, I think, yeah.
Okay, so now, who taught you about bars?
It's weird to say, but I learned as I was going, okay?
Really? Okay.
Because you have to understand, when you have an ear for music, you hear where the chorus starts, the bridge. You hear things. You get me? Like it's okay. I don't know if you guys are watching the new Selena series.
Right.
How I like that, by the way. I do like it because it's like it gives more details and more of the history of them. You get me? But the dad was saying, do you hear the music? And maybe it's different for musicians to watch this series, you get me?
Right.
Because it's like, dang, you feel everything. Like, you get me? Like, even from the fans, from the little girls going up to Selena, you know, like it's
Right.
just it's amazing. You get me? But the dad was saying, "Oh, do you hear this? Or you know, do you hear the drums? Do you hear the guitar? Do you hear, you know?" And it comes
Yeah.
as one.
Right.
I understand that. I feel it. You get me? But you also know as a artist where everything goes,
Right.
like a Tetris. Put the pieces together. You get me? And I didn't know about bars until later down the road.
Right.
But I was always doing it right for some reason because I had that ear.
Yeah, you have to have that ear. And
Mhm.
one thing that people that don't rap or that don't know music, music, when I first learned it, I found out that it was all math. For an example,
Who would have thought? Because I was bad at math.
same here. One bar, 1, 2,
Right.
3, 4.
Oh yes.
And I remember,
Cadence. Yeah.
yes, and I remember my boy Jinx taught me a 4-bar loop because I sampled a loop. He goes, "Oh, that's a 4-bar loop," and I said, "What's that?" I think I was like 19 years old.
Okay.
And so he counted for me 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4.
That's another thing. I was also in drill team. So in drill team, they do this 5, 6, 7, 8 rhythm. Anything with the song, a beat, or just cadence. You get me? Like
right.
it just, to me, it teaches you.
Yeah.
Whether you learn it in a different way, everybody learns differently. You get me? Whether you think it's math, whether you think it's Tetris, you get me?
Right.
I feel like everybody learns differently.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So now you recorded that song. He shot you a beat. You recorded it.
Yes.
Did you immediately show it to anyone?
Okay, well, I always show my family. You get me?
What was their response when they heard it?
Well, there was another one remix I did, the Passenger Let It Go one. I love that original song. From when I showed my sister, she was in tears. You get me? But because she was so proud of me. Because she remembered I'm pretty sure she remembered that day where I started playing Lean on Me.
Right,
You get me?
right.
So everybody was always proud. You get me? My brother is like my brother Cacho. I would show him things. He's like, "Oh, that sounds too gangster," or "This sounds." I love his honesty. You get me? Like I need yes, I need feedback like that. Like I need you to tell me what this sounds like, not because I'm your sister and you love me. I need you to tell me the truth. You get me? Like, does this sound like garbage or does this sound dope? You know? But I also asked my son too, which he's very musically like inclined as well.
Yeah.
But it's like he's different. Like, you get me? Like I would teach him things. I got him a keyboard, everything that I didn't have, I got for him. You get me?
Right.
Guitar, whatever music, like things he likes, you get me? I got it for him, and he's very good with music.
That's good.
This music these days, I don't really listen to it, but if he thinks it's dope, I'll listen to it.
Of course.
You get me? Because he has an ear for it.
Awesome.
And I love him for that. You get me?
How old is he, if you don't mind me asking?
He's 11.
11. Good.
Hi, Joey.
So you play it for your family. They like it. See, because the last thing that we need.
And close friends, of course. Yeah, you know, like I have a boy, Knuckles.
Okay.
I show it to him too. He's a fan of music, everything. You get me?
Right.
There's a lot of people that I actually have who's behind me, who's telling me, you know what, you're the shit. Who cares what anybody says? I have, dude, which is crazy because there's a lot of people who hate on you. You get me? And to me, that's weird because I'm like, I've never been like that. I've never
Same here.
had the heart to hate anybody. You get me?
Same
Like
here.
I do not have that word in my vocabulary. You get me? I don't hate anybody. Like I mess around, I joke around because as you can see, I like to clown. You get
Of course.
me?
It's okay to have a sense of humor.
Yes. But I just don't have that word planted in my head like that. You get me? I don't.
I've been around dudes, sad to say, that just since I've been in music.
I'm a female. Why are you hating on me? A dude especially. You get me? Like, stop it. You get me? Like,
Yeah.
sheesh. It's
I know. It's terrible because, like, for an example, we could be listening to a song, and just in times past, and I see the guy winning the song, like it's getting airplay, or everybody's bumping it, everybody's feeling it, and then somebody over here, fuck that motherfucker. And I'm like...
See, and that's probably why, like, I kind of disappeared. You get me? Like, I was so tired of social media, to be honest with you, because it was so much drama. Like, I felt like I was back in... I want to say elementary because I don't know. I never paid attention to drama. I don't give a fuck about rumors. I don't care about none of that. But it's just, the thing is like, man, hearing these grown ass people still on that tip.
Still.
It trips me out. You get me? Like, I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand
just
you.
never
Like,
grew up.
I'm so sorry you never got loved when you were younger. I'm sorry you didn't get hugs and, you know, told you're loved.
Maybe they didn't get the right Christmas gift. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I got a scooter though.
I even forgot when the fuck we were at.
We're talking about all this stuff.
Okay, so no, we were talking about the music as far as your you recorded at home, you showed people. And now here's what I was gonna say. The last thing that we need in the studio is a bunch of kiss-assing yes men. Oh, that shit's dope, that shit's dope. No, what you said about your brother was he was honest.
I can't be in a studio where people be like, damn, that shit's dope. Damn, but I hear it.
I know.
I hear it. I'm not stupid. You get me? I'm not like, don't tell me it sounds dope just because you think I'm pretty. You get me? Or you get me? Like, no, don't tell me I sound dope. I need you to tell me, hey, run that shit again.
Right.
Run that shit again. Like, you could do better.
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna get it right.
Say it with your chest. You know?
Right.
I need people like that. Like, it's just so hard to find people like that. It's like, to me, I'm like, that's how I am. So it's kind of confusing, or I get a little bit like, why are you like that? I'm like, you know, like, it's in a sense, it's like I feel more sorry for them than I, you know.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard for me to understand them.
Oh well. So your brother was actually a big motivator, like pretty much saying.
Well, see, the thing is, I have 5 brothers.
Okay.
So I have 5 brothers, so it's like each and one of them showed me something different. You get me?
Okay.
My sister being the oldest, me being the youngest. There's 7 of us.
Okay.
Yes. So my brother Louis Lou, he was the one more into sports, more into the hip hop, more into, you know.
Right.
Me and Gacho, we were just like more closer to age.
Okay.
You know, and I love my brothers all the same, but it's just, we all some knuckleheads, man. We crazy, you know. They all taught me something different though. But I want to say Louis Lou was more of a person that I looked up to, just because he did all the amazing things that I wanted to do as well.
Okay.
Sports, you know, he did a lot of things. I don't know. It's just amazing. And he wasn't, okay, the thing is, he wasn't closed-minded. And I love that about him, because he would hear a song and he'd be like, damn, that sounds dope. You get me? And I like that, because I was the same way.
Right.
I remember, I don't know if you remember, they had like a Happy Meals with like CDs in them, like those demos from NSYNC and Britney Spears or something. I would get that and I would actually play it, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I like some of the fucking songs, you get me? From NSYNC and fucking Justin Timberlake, I still listen to him to this day, you get me? Like, I would fully admit that I was into music, period. You get me? Like, it didn't matter where it came from or what it was.
Right.
I listened to it. I play it. And I would still sing it to this day.
I'm having a dope time.
Oh, good.
Okay, so now, I forgot again what the fuck I was gonna say. Because
that's a good thing.
We're having such a dope time. Okay, so now, when does your first single come out? Was it a single or was it an album, for those that may not know?
Okay, so I just pretty much throw music out there. Like,
Okay.
I don't have like albums or anything like that, but I make sure that every song I do is up to par with everybody's liking. You get me?
Okay.
And I make sure I take my time with everything. You get me?
Yeah.
I don't care how long I take, 4, 5, 6 years. You know, if you're gonna wait patiently, if you're a solid fan, thank you. I appreciate you. You get me? But
Right.
I don't rush. I don't rush things. And it's like, I always have to practice it. I have to make sure this sounds right. I'm a perfectionist, I guess you could say. You get me?
I'm the same way. I will take my time.
Yes.
If it's not sounding good, I'm not gonna release it.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
not. You know, so I believe me, I understand.
Trust me, I'm sitting on a lot of songs, and every time I show people, it's because I'm impatient. You get me?
Right.
But patient at the same time. It's very complex. You know, like, it's just very strange.
Now, do you remember your first rap performance?
Yes, Brewdog Pub.
What was that again?
I'm lying. If we want to be honest, I want to say like elementary or something, like to be talent shows.
Okay, talent shows, but songs that you actually...
I wrote?
Right.
Okay, I hear you. Well, that's the thing. Because I used to, like I told you, in elementary, I used to perform like my songs.
Okay.
Whatever I wrote in front of Miss Culture's class, which was 4th grade.
Okay.
So she used to make me spit in front of the class. You get me? And then I'm like, okay, cool. You get me? But but my actual show, hip hop, where, you know, like a bar, it would be Brewdog Pub. You get me? And it was because of the homies Polka Shout out to you guys and Mom's Army, okay? They hit me up like, hey, you're dope. Come do a show with us. You know
Now,
what I mean?
would you say that was your first time doing a show, performing your music?
Yes.
How did you feel about that?
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about it. So I would sit in the back, but I would watch. I'm a people person. Like I people watch, you know?
Yeah.
I love to do that.
You're observing.
Very observant. So I sit in the back, I pay attention, I look at people, and people think, oh, you know, she's mean, she looks mean. I'm not mean. I'm very nice. It's just very quiet at times. You get me?
Right.
But once you get me started, I won't shut the fuck up. Like, I cannot.
Awesome.
But yeah, so that's what I did. I paid attention.
They gave you the mic. Let's go. Do you remember the song you performed, and how many songs did you perform?
Okay, this is where I know the difference now between performing over your lyrics and doing straight, you know, with just the beat. Like, I did one song with my lyrics on there, and it kind of threw me off.
Right.
You get me? Because I'm trying to go along with what I'm saying on this, you know, instead of just freestyling it, and you know.
Yeah.
So I remember that, and I'm like, dude, never again. Never again. So after that show, I never did it ever again.
What was the response that you got that night?
Everybody always shows love. That's what I love about these hip hop shows. You get me? Like, we're all trying to make it, whether we just want to get heard. You get me?
Right.
I don't care if people make money out of this. I don't care if, like, you know, you're just doing this for the love of music. You just want to, you know, just do music. Just work with music.
You're doing what you love.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't hate on anybody. I always show love too. Whether people think I don't or do, I show love in my way. You get me? If that makes sense. But everybody was loving. All hip hop and love. You get me? Like, that's what I loved about performing.
Now, there are people that are dope at writing songs, and then there are people that are dope at freestyling, and then there's people that are gifted at both.
Right.
Can you freestyle as well?
I try to. Like I said, my brother Louis Lou would always try to encourage me to do that. The homies Pose Crew, you get me? Always, you know, people that encourage me, I have to have them around. You get me? Pose Crew always checks on me every freaking day. They say, hey, you need to step your bars up. Like, we make fun of each other. You get me? We were like, hey, those lyrics, I need you to roll it up, throw it in the garbage, burn it up. You know, it's garbage. Work on it. You get me? That's what I need, though. I need to hear my shit is garbage so I can step my game up. You get me?
And you won't take it offensive because to use constructive criticism.
I was raised with brothers. Shit talking is what we do. It's like, if it's love, it's what we do.
Yeah, it's going to be honest.
Like, don't be sensitive. Don't be, you know, like, if I tell you, hey, that shit's garbage, don't take it so hard. And I say garbage in a funny way. I know.
Of course. That sounds like a Boston accent.
The way I say, yes, exactly. Everybody tells me, oh, you have a New York accent. I was like, I do it on purpose sometimes. Sometimes it just comes out. I don't know.
Right.
Don't hate me.
Okay, so now, let me ask you sad to say, a controversial question.
Ugh.
Do you consider yourself a Chicana rapper?
I do not. I don't.
Okay.
I never did. I even had to change my name because it used to be Dreamer the Duchess. That sounds like a Chicano rap name.
Right.
You get me? I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to be closed in. I don't want to be boxed in. I don't want to be pushed to the back. You get me?
Right.
A lot of people do not want to work with you because you do Chicano rap because there's always drama, okay?
Right.
And this is me being open, okay, to my opinion.
Right.
I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to be in that category. I want to be an artist because I would literally fucking sit here and listen to country music. You get me? I want to do a country song. I want to do a fucking reggaeton song. You get me? I want to do different music.
Different genres.
EDM, yes. I want to work with every type of music because I love it. I love everything, not just one category. You get me? Which, don't get me wrong, I used to fuck with Little Rob.
Right.
But because his words, if you listen to some of his words, it's like, dang, I wouldn't expect him to use a word like that.
Right.
No, like, what was that one? He used the word autobiography. You get me? You don't hear nobody saying, you know, these grand words. I want to say grand. But that's what I wanted to do. You get me? Because I was more on that tip, more educational, I guess.
Right. Well, you know, the sad thing is that I've had dudes that, you know, just throughout the year that I podcasted, that whenever I ask an artist that question,
right,
for some reason, they just think that you're trying to convince her not to be a Chicano rapper. It's not even about that. I'm
Hispanic, okay? I love my race. I will fucking sit here and fight everyone, you know? No, I won't. I love you guys. But no, what I'm saying is like, dude, you can't tell me where I came from. You can't tell me I'm not Hispanic, okay? Just because I'm sitting here talking to you proper, it doesn't mean that I'm not Hispanic, okay? Right. It just means that I have different views.
Right.
You get me? Respect me, love me, just as I would do for you. You get me? No, and it's like, come on now. That. Come on, dude. Like, we're already grown. We're older. Like, all this drama, come on. Like, it's done and over with. Like, stop. Like,
right. Right. Well, you know, like I said, some people have gotten mad just for me asking that question. But
I respect you for asking that question because, dude, we are, as us being Hispanics, we are labeled under that. You get me? Yes. But you got to remember where hip hop came from.
Absolutely.
East Coast, okay? And it's just like us being from West Coast, we sound gangster. Hell yeah, we do, okay? And it's dope, you get me? We're the shit for that. Right. You get me? We brought a different sound to the game, you get me?
Right.
You hear all these East Coast, you know they're from East Coast. You hear West Coast, it's like, oh, hey, that's right, you get me? Like, but you got to understand, we're not going to be labeled as that because we want to expand. You get me?
Yeah.
We don't want to be just in a small group of people. You get me? I wanna hit my fucking Lauryn Hill fans. I wanna hit my country folks. You get me? It's just I wanna be loved by all. You get me?
Absolutely.
It's being loved by all, not just a small group.
Right.
It's
you know what? But let me just say that for the people that do consider themselves Chicano rap, you know what? More power to you. Mm-hmm. Love and respect to you guys.
Yeah.
It is just a question that I like to ask that people get fucking pissed off. But
No, don't. Please don't. It's like, stop working with emotions and feelings, please. Like, it's just, come on now. Like, I'm pretty sure you were taught better than to be soft. You get me?
Exactly.
You gotta have heart. You gotta have a backbone for this shit because you're gonna get fucking shit talking from left to right. You get me? It's like, come on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, okay. So you dropped these songs. Like, how many singles would you say you have total out there?
To be honest with you, I can't count them, but I have so much music I'm sitting on.
Okay.
I'm mad at myself for that. You get me?
Okay.
Because it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I lost motivation. You get me? I lost a lot of motivation.
What do you think was the reason for you losing motivation?
Priorities, maybe work. Okay. You get me? Responsibilities.
Yeah.
Also, it's just I was fucking with the wrong people. You get me? And it's just it's hurtful because it's like you think they're rooting for you. In our reality, it's just like, come on, dude, you're holding me back. You get me? Like, it kind of sucks though because I need to mess with people who are there like cheering me on but being honest about it. You get
Absolutely.
Me?
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yes.
So I know you have a YouTube page because that's where Erica sent me some of your music.
Yes.
There was this one song, because she sent me like 2 songs that I really, really liked. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll show it to you.
Okay.
But let me ask you this. You don't have to.
Okay.
Do you mind spitting anything?
Let's do it.
Take your time. I'm not going to tell you when to stop.
All right. I be the Duchess. Most of y'all don't fuck with me. I'm straight fire burning bitches in the highest degree. I'm on my business, but I can't help to hear this cowards talking. Jealousy's in illness, so I gotta laugh at the gawking. The whispering, my name burning in your mouth like Listerine. Your way past shook, bitch. Y'all stay quivering, slithering like the damn snake you are. No time for these perilous kids not knowing how to act by stars. It's D apostrophe, Dutch with no T. E-double-S, no stress, damn right you guess. Don't act illiterate, just a bunch of idiots. Cliche with ignorance, so full of bitterness. I'm a lady, don't make me bring out my dark side. Yeah, I'm crazy, 24/7, never part-time. The force is strong, but this one I ain't done till I dismiss them. My stormtrooper stay shooting and proving shots never miss none. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, that was dope.
Thank you.
I like that shit. You know what's funny?
What?
Okay, I've had more females come on here and busted raps than dudes.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious. That's kind of funny.
It is. Okay, check this out.
I think, can I answer like
go
why
ahead.
I think? Because it's like, I feel like we have to prove something. You get me? We have to step up in fucking a cage full of fucking men. You get me? We're in fucking cages. We want to be the shit. We want to be, we want to roll with them. You get me?
Right.
Pack of wolves. We want to run along with you guys. You get me?
Right.
So guess what? We had to step our game up.
Absolutely.
We had to come,
Yeah, come correct.
Yeah, come correct.
And this is why Roadium Radio is here, to shine light on artists like yourself.
Thank you.
So I truly appreciate you coming. I truly appreciate you busting, this flow, fucking dope.
Thank you.
One day what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and make a little compilation of all the girls that rapped and put it out there.
Right.
Because, like I said, I don't think not one dude. Oh yeah, you know what?
But do you know why they didn't, or?
Well, you know what? I ask them sometimes, when we talk on the phone, is there anything you don't want me to ask you? Yeah, I don't want to rap.
Huh.
Some dudes just say that.
But what is? They don't give you another reason for?
No, they don't.
I mean, it's okay.
You'll
be all right.
But my boy Desi Hollow, much love, much respect to him. He busted something, and he's got a fucking dope ass fucking style.
I think you should do that though. Like put all the videos who were spitting, because I'm gonna check it out. You get me? I'll check it out. You get me?
Yeah, most definitely.
I love to get motivated by other people rapping.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just YouTube, battle raps, rap battles, whatever, music in general. I have to get motivated. You get me?
Okay.
It pushes me more because I'm like, oh damn, they sounded dope.
Right.
I need to come hard like them. You get me? It's not even okay, and it's not because I'm in a competition against them either.
Right. Of course.
It's just because I want to be dope like them, or with them, or over them. You get me?
It's kind of like when you hear them, it helps you step up your game. Like, I got to come correct.
Step your game up, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Now, I know you said you're sitting on a lot of music.
A lot, man, a lot.
I'm
not going to lie, I perform them. You guys come see me, and I perform most of those songs because I'm just sitting on them. I want people to hear them, but I feel like, hey, if you actually love me and my music, then come check me out when I perform. You get me?
Right.
And when I do spit it, I get a lot of reactions. You get me? And it's like, I want to throw it out there. You get me? But it's just time. I'm going to get it done, though. I'm going to get it done.
So let's just say 2021, can the fans expect something?
I promise I am going to put more fucking music out there, okay? Because, hey, I'm actually working on a song with TC, The Conclusion, okay?
Okay.
Not working on a song, but he's just doing my video for me, which I did to the homie Rest in Peace Test, Test LA. I did a song for him. I mean, a lot of people are not going to like it, but I'm going to love it. So that's what matters. You get me? But I am working on a lot of songs, okay? And I guaranteed you are either going to love one of them or none of them, but I'm going to be happy. You get me?
You're going to be happy. That's it. You're doing what you love.
Yes.
Anything that I didn't ask you before we get out of here?
No. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shout outs to him, man. Hey, thank you for bringing me, man.
Shout outs at this time.
My son Joey, my daughter Jovi, Crow. I want to give a shout out to my brother. I want to give a shout out to everybody that loves me, because I love you too, man. Shout out to everybody. Post crew, what's up? Hey, I hope you guys watching.
Shout out to the haters.
Shout outs to my motivators. That's you haters. I'm playing.
No. The Duchess, one last question and we're out of here. Where did the Duchess come from?
Oh man.
Take your time.
I was hanging with a bunch of, let's just say Dukes, okay? Let's just say I was kicking it with a bunch of Dukes, you get me? Let's just say I was hanging out.
And that's where it came.
It came from that.
Okay, you guys fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Other than that, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interview you. Whatever we can do here, me and my team, to help you further along in your career, please let us know whenever you drop a video, whenever you drop a song. Please let us know.
Will do, man. I'm gonna be working on more, and trust me, I'm more motivated than ever, and I'm gonna do it now. Cause like if such as yourself telling me I'm dope, you get me?
Yes.
Just the reaction I get out of people, yes. I'm gonna put music out, okay? And awesome. I'm sitting on it, and I'm not gonna sit on it no more. You get me?
Awesome. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
2021. Here she comes.
Let's do it, because fuck 2020.
Yes. And I'm going to finish the Still Reserve 211.
Cheers.
Salud. Okay, everybody. We're out of here. See you Wednesday. I want to give a shout out to my boy, John motherfucking Elkins, for running this whole shit, period. Want to give a shout out to Anthony, just joined our team. Congratulations. 2021. We're fucking winning. Going straight to the top.
Woo. Do it.
All the way up.
Ow.
We out of here. See you Wednesday. Fuck out of here.
You got it.